Day 630 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1877, minimize maximum pair sum and array. The difficulty level is medium, so don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. The pair sum of a pair AB is equal to A plus B. The maximum pair sum is the is the largest pair sum in a list of pairs. For example, if we have pairs 1, 5, 2, 3, and 4, 4, the maximum pair would be the max of 1 plus 5, 2 plus 3, or 4 plus 4, which would be equal to the max of 6, 5, or 8. And in this case, the max would be 8 because 8, this has the highest value, sorry y'all, or this right here, or 8 out of 8, 5, and 6, 8 is the largest number, so that's the maximum pair sum. Boom. It says, given an array nums of even length n, pair up the elements of nums in the n divided by 2 pairs such that each element of nums is in exactly one pair and the maximum pair sum is minimized. Return the minimized maximum pair sum after optimally pairing up the elements. All right, y'all. So that may seem simple at first, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have our input nums equals an array of integers 3, 5, 2, and 3. The output is 7. It says the explanation can be paired up into pairs 3, 3, and 5, 2. Boom. The maximum pair sum will be 3 plus 3 or 5 plus 2, which would be 6 or 7. Since 7 is greater than 6, then the output is 7 because that is the maximum that we achieve from these two pairs, right? Now, this is the minimum maximum pair, right? So say we paired it up like this and did 5, 8. In this case, or excuse me, we did 2, 3, and 3, 5, which would end up being 5 and 8. Now, 8 would be larger. In this case, it would be the maximum, but we want it paired up like this with the 3, 3, and the 5, 2 because we want the minimum pair sum. 8 is larger than 7 in this case, and so we want to see if we can find a maximum pair sum that is smaller than 8, and in this case, it got 7, y'all. So I hope that makes sense so y'all can see like what they mean by the minimized maximum pair sum, right? So that's just an example of what we mean by the minimized maximum pair sum. So in example 2, the input nums equals an array of integers 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, and 6. This time the output is 8. It says the elements can be paired up into into pairs 3, 5, 4, 4, and 6, 2. The maximum pair sum is the max between 3 plus 5, 4 plus 4, 6 plus 2, which equals 8, 8, 8. So in this case, the output obviously would be 8, y'all. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution, y'all. The solution is not that difficult at all. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sort the array so we compare the smallest with the largest. So we're just going to say, sorry, y'all. We're going to come right here. We're going to say let nums equal nums dot sorted, put the parentheses, boom. And then we're going to create another variable that will store the maximum sum and count it, and we're going to initialize it to the smallest possible integer value. So we'll come underneath this, declare a variable called result, colon, and set that equal to dot min, boom. Then we're going to create our left pointer, and it's going to start at the beginning. So we could just come right here, declare a variable called L, set that equal to 0. Boom. And we're also going to set our right pointer, and that's going to start at the end. So we're going to declare a variable called R and set that equal to nums.count minus 1. Boom. Now we're going to continue pairing until the two pointers meet. So we're going to say while L is less than R, we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to calculate the sum of the current smallest and largest elements and update the result if this sum is larger than the previous max. So we're going to say result equals max, open up the parentheses, result, comma, nums, square bracket L, plus, plus nums, square bracket R. Boom. Then we're going to move the left pointer forward to the next smallest element by saying L plus equals 1. And we're going to move the right pointer leftward to the next largest element by saying R minus equals 1. Boom. Then we just need to return the maximum pair sum found among all optimal pairings by coming right here underneath the while loop, and we could just say return results, y'all. That's all she wrote. So let's go ahead and give it a run. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. It's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it, because you know how LeetCode gets, y'all. And look at that, y'all. 373 milliseconds beats 85.71% of users with Swift, y'all. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.